morning everyone, and welcome to this snowy December morning on Oak Bridge Farm. We finished off the last episode compacting all this silage in here, and that currently is at 59%. So we're going to hold on to that. We're going to have no more grass coming in, so we're going to hold on to that until the prices rise. Now this could be interesting because last time we checked this it looked horrendous. But it looked like there was a bit of a fault, so I'm hoping that it sorted itself out this time. Yeah, a bit strange. I don't know why it's suddenly hit like that. So I've no idea really whether it's going to get any better than this as time goes on. Seems like everything else, slurry, it's a peak around Jan. I wonder if grass is in there. Hay, let's have a look at that. So again, January hits its highest. I reckon silage is probably going to be about the same, so maybe we sell that in the next episode once it's fully sorted out. It looks like January and February should be about the same for the silage. So let's get some lights on. Get the work lights on as well. Our first job for today is going to be creating these fields. At some point as well, we're going to get a better cultivator. We're going to get a proper one. I feel like this is just something you scour up grass with. It doesn't really seem like it'd be something you could actually create a field with. A proper modern cultivator. I'm sure we used to have one of those for behind the quad bike. So we've done that field. That one's all ready. So we'll head down into these ones. Not got any snow on the ground. Is that snow? It'd be quite interesting to see how the snow actually forms on these, because I remember in the 2019, let me just come back out of there. In 2019, it was all of a sudden. It would just be 1 minute it was there, 1 minute it wasn't. So quite interesting to see how it works in this one, whether you get a slow build up. Crikey. Making a bit of a mess there. Let's turn these rear ones off. No, we want those on, don't we really? So now we can lower, and we're going to put that on to create a field. And this really shouldn't take too long at all, to be honest. We want to avoid that wall. We really want to be making this field. We just want to make sure that we don't make it too tight or anything that an AI worker is going to have issues with it. So we know what they're like. They're not always the best. You might want to square those corners off a little bit, make them a bit tighter. I don't mind having rounded corners. It does make it a bit easier when you're working in it, but I want to maximise our yields. And the next question after this is going to be what we're going to put in them. We're going to have our first crop. Are we going to sow some more grass? So this is much easier than doing the blinking ploughing. And to be fair, since I recorded those ones, I've been watching Clarkson's Farm, and apparently ploughing is a really old-fashioned and kind of out-of-date thing to be doing, so maybe we are actually doing the right thing by just cultivating. I think you'd use, is it harrows and stuff that you use, I believe? Yeah, I think you'd use a cultivator and maybe like disc harrows, I think they use as well, or a subsoiler. And essentially, from what I understand, ploughing releases a load of CO2, so that's worked out alright. Turn ploughing off, and it was the right thing to do, so yeah, so we'll get on with this. If I have any brain waves, then I will pause it before I go into the next field, but otherwise it might just be that I see at the end of this field creation job. We've still got to decide what we're going to do in the big field as well, so I will see you shortly.
taking time, baby, playing it through. I was calling out your name, but my eyes on the wall. You were running like a ghost from me. You were running from it all. You got me waiting, I'm on fire. You got me waiting, my desire.
Okay, so that's this field almost done. I don't know if it's me, but it doesn't look like these fields have got any kind of snow effects on them. Keep watching where I'm going. If you look in the distance, that looks very snowy over there, which is pretty cool. The trees and everything look really snowy. And then our field behind us, which is swung around. Do I square this edge off a bit? We'll leave it. That looks really snowy, but that is actually just lime, so... Yeah, that one over there actually, that looks snowy. So maybe it is just a gradual thing. Also think I'm probably going to have to get rid of that tree, unfortunately. I think I've killed it. And it's also right in the way. I can imagine some... I imagine that the AI workers are going to get themselves in a right pickle around that. So I'll probably have to get rid of it. I think I'm going to leave that as it is. See, look, it does look like it's getting a bit snowy on the ground. Especially over there. So yeah, we'll come through here and we'll do this one. But I think we are actually going to leave that one over there as it is, and we're going to use that as just grass and pasture, I guess. Right, let's do this a bit closer to the edge so we get the most out of the field. Keep a decent space around the edges. So what will be handy as well, once course play is released and auto drive properly, I mean, it'd be good to have an actual track around here as well. So we'll just leave a bit of a border. Right, well, might as well just finish this one off. It shouldn't take too long. Then we're going to be done. We've got to try and figure out what we're going to do. I was tempted to get some animals and put a bit of a pasture thing over there. But at the same time, putting animals out at this time of the year isn't very realistic. So that would be a bit more spring, summery kind of thing. The animals would all be out in the fields. Because we need a barn for them if we're going to do it now. We will need to lime spread these fields that we've just done, and we do need to fertilise that grass field. Saying that, we might get a worker on it and cultivate it first. It could be a good thing to do. So we're going to essentially start again from scratch on all the fields. So we'll have a couple of grass, and it'll be interesting to see actually whether there's any difference between the grass fields that I had before and freshly planted grass fields, whether the grass textures are any different. But yeah, time-lapse time. I'll see you shortly. Lovely job. I wonder if it gets ice on these nice water. Interesting. Anyway, that's this field done. There was a bit of little patch of grass down there, wasn't there? I don't know whether that's just a texture thing or whether that's just a bit that I've missed. We'll find out. Yeah, bit I missed. Good. There we go, that's all those done. What on earth was that? Not heard that before. It sounded like a squirrel. I'm also wondering whether we get any contract work that is, you know, like road clearing, doing the salting. Has that got snow? No. I'm just seeing things with this snow and it looks like it's slightly sticking. Let's drop this off. We'll need our lime spreader. One thing I was gutted about actually, that literally just after we got this one, it was 22, that's not too bad. But now John Deere, look at that, 12 grand, damn it. 70 horsepower, I wonder if there's an option for, no, so there's no, can't do any different engine, different wheels. Oh, and there's no extra charge for the 4-wheel drive. I do like those old ones now. And front loader attachment, 13 grand. Damn. How much was ours? It was 22. Yeah, 22 for the 2-wheel drive. I was looking at these as well, because these are proper little powerhouses, 140 horsepower. I should have got that. Should have got that. Dang it. Gutted. That one 50. And even that one, I mean, how many horsepower is that? It's only got 32. Be too fussed about that. And this case as well, I think that was already on there before, but it's 125 horsepower for the base model. 145, I mean, it would have been ideal. But we'll have to make do with what we've got so far. Another thing that I do want to get at some point would be one of these. They're pretty expensive though, but I wonder whether we see if we can't find a used one. How much would that cost us? 700 something for a normal, extended, or grand. I mean, you certainly don't have the money to buy one yet anyway. That would have been handy. A telehandler we also need. So this is one for 22. Red Rock. But I think we probably need something like that. That would do the trick, and that would really help us with loading stuff up. So, we go to our calendar. There's nothing that we can do at the moment. It's saying that we can still harvest grass, but it's not very realistic, is it? You don't get people doing that. Olives you can still do through the winter. Not in England you can't, that's for sure. So we've got snow for the next 2 months until March. It's going to be interesting. February, March. So March we can start planting. That's the first time it actually turns nice. So the next thing that we're going to need to be doing then, what's all that? Stubble tillage. Seed bed. Stubble tillage. That's right, ploughed, wasn't it? So that was a seed bed. Okay. Soil composition. What are the little orange ones? They're rocks. So just a little black patch there. So we do need to lime these, but I think that is actually, that needs to be cultivated to put the lime on it. Let's start afresh. We're going to put the lime spreader on this one. Do you know what? It's got lime in it. It has. Maybe we just used, it's got like a rock. Shift that out. Do you know what? We're going to sell that. We're going to get rid of that. Because we don't need 2 of these. And it's too awkward to load. Whereas the other one still has a decent capacity. Yeah, the good thing with the other one is that at least we can just go and drop it down. And then we can reach over the top of it with the what are they called? Not a telehandler. Why can I never remember the name of these things? Front loader. got it in the end. So yeah, so we couldn't even reach in there before when we weren't attached. So we'll get rid of that. Get my rear weight on. It's just pure fluke that that's there. I'd forgotten where that was and I wouldn't have found it amongst those bales. Watch out for the lime. Nailed it. We can lift one of those, but I don't think we can lift a big bag. And essentially we can fill that up. Should take it all. Should. Yep. And then to lift one of the big bags, we do need to attach the weight. See if we can do this. Oh, that was the mod that I wanted to get. It tells you when your forks are level. That would be really handy. Yep. No, it wasn't the best idea getting these big bags and putting them on there. Tell that I did that with super strength, can't you? As long as that's in. We're on the shelves now. See, that's much better. Much easier to fill. Is that going in? Yeah. Lovely jubbly. Ooh. Now what we'll probably do is maybe if we get the quad bike and the trailer and then we can bring that around. So yes, we'll load these two in and we'll do the spreading, the lime shredding with this tractor, and then we'll put the cultivator on that one and a worker in the current grass field. Back a bit. Down a bit. Right, so let's get the other bag. If we can. Hopefully that's enough to hook it. A bit more. That's the one. I don't think that this is going to actually go that far, so we're going to have to go and get some more bags anyway. Jesus. I swear to God, I don't know how I get away with any of this stuff. I'd love to have a proper joystick and steering wheel. That'd be... Then I'd show you. Then you'd see how good I was at this game. Right, let's get the spreader hooked up again, and then we'll get in the fields. That was the other thing that I was going to do. This, I think this is a grain shed, which makes me think that I've kind of messed up with putting these shelves on there. So should we sell them? I'm going to put them on eBay as a construction. I'm probably not going to be able to... No, definitely not. Maybe if I open that door, I might be able to see then. Here I am. There we go. £4 to sell it. It's gone on eBay. That helps out a bit. So we'll use this for putting the grain. I know we've got huge silos over there, but I quite like putting it in a shed. That's a lot more. I only ever see the silos and stuff around here at like the really big, I don't know what you call it, not wholesalers. I don't know. Whoever sells it, whoever you sell it to, you'd have the big silos. Maybe see the odd one here and there. But a lot of the farmers around here, they would have that in barns. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Slop. Right, okay. So, 3, 2, 1. Ah, damn it. should really use GPS for this, because that's just gonna take ages to do, and we ideally we don't want to have too much in the way of waste with that kind of stuff. Now we'll just go and plonk this to the side. We haven't got the weight. This could be interesting. I want to try and do this properly, but you know, if this doesn't work too well, then we might just have to go up next to it and press R. Do it the easy way. We got it. That is not really. Come on. Just enough to get it in there. Are we filling? Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. We might just have to press R. Probably help if I didn't lift it up quite so high. Although saying that, I don't know whether you can press R next to the big bags. No, you can't. Oh, what's that over there? Look at it, quick. Doesn't matter actually, it's probably gone. Anyway, I just filled that up off camera, which is fine. Too close. There you go. Oh, no. No! This is why we need the GPS on. That is so annoying when it does that. So now I'm going to have to go and put more of these blinking track marks all in it. And this is a nightmare, just trying to get it up on the flipping hill. Such a waste. Go around this side of this. Do you want to make it to the end of this row? Slowly getting further away. Oh, that thing that I saw over there is back. No, it's gone again. I like the realism when I can do the realism. At times like this, it's just far easier to just cheat. Yeah, so definitely not going to have enough to do this field, but at least we did get... Oh, I should have got the other mod as well, the delivery mod. I'm tempted to do that and then get it delivered to the yard, because there is a small fee to it as well, which I think is actually ideal, because how many farmers would actually go and pick up seed and whatever themselves? They wouldn't. It would just be delivered. So I wouldn't mind adding that mod. Right, anyway, I think you've all seen quite enough of my stuff ups, so I'm going to finish this and the other fields, and then I'll see you when I'm done. Wish me luck. Okay, well, we're at the shops now, and I've actually just put that mod on for the deliveries. So now when we go to consumables, and one thing I've just noticed actually is that these things say lime and fertilizer. Refill your fertilizer spreader. So it's got both. Only 500 litres, so it's just not going to go anywhere. It's going to take forever. Probably better off just getting these, which are way less. But there's 2,000 litres. So I'll go with those. Right, actually, what we need to do first is set a point for the delivery, which I think is left shift, left alt, and S. There we go. S. No? Is it not? Does that mean it hasn't done it? Oh. Look at that. That's all the way over there. God, it's massive. Maybe you could put it here. That's all the way in there. I don't want it to... Crumbs. How do I get the blinking size smaller? Didn't look at those, did I? So I'm wondering if we just need to... We just bang it like here. Can't see where the markers are for that one. But they're pretty massive, aren't they? So it's gonna... We want to find a bit of open ground if we can. Maybe in here. Would be quite good. As long as we don't put any stuff in here to remember to move it. Yeah. So it's come out all the way to there. Why is it so blinking huge? Well, I mean, I guess if it puts it in the centre of that, then that's not too bad, is it? If we go forward a little bit. Trying to make sure that it's not clipped into the house. So if that was there and that's now over there, it's going to be pretty close, isn't it? Let's just see what it does. Hopefully it puts it somewhere in the middle. Let's try again. Consumables, lime, not that one, this one. We'll have 7 bags of that. 8 bags. Be cool. 3,000. Buy. Yep. Delivery 92. Doesn't tell you how much the delivery was, so that's a bit cheeky. Okay, so it puts it in the middle, so that's alright. So now let's get the quad bike back. It's a bit redundant now, really. Way up. Right, we're back. Came out of nowhere. Right. So yeah, look. Goes all the way into that corner. Why have they done it so huge? Right, again, we are gonna cheat. Just gonna pretend I've had my spinach this morning. So if we had a telehandler, I would use that, but we don't. And when you have to keep on, when you're trying to use this tool, which reminds me actually, should have done that already. I need to get a worker on this tractor to harrow that field, cultivate that field. So I'll get them on that now. That's the whole reason why we're not using this one for the spreading. So let's get him hooked up. Helper, 3 fields. Start with the up and down. Okay. Now what we do want to do is we just want to... So if I go help, that should just do it now. What we do want to do is just turn that time down. We'll put it on 1 whilst they're doing that, because I actually found out the time is charged for in-game time. So if you got it set to times 32 time, you got your man in the field who's working at normal speed, it's still charging you 32 times more than it would do at speed 1. So when we've got helpers, we'll have it on speed 1. So that's why it was so expensive on the last one. Okay, engine off. Get him going again. Finish this last bit off. And the tyre tracks have gone. That's nice. Doesn't look quite a dog's dinner anymore. I want to lift that up. And go. Super duper. It's very skiddy now. Crud. I'm so bad. Just better at editing. I could edit that out. Well, it's not going to happen. Right. Let's get a time lapse done, and then we'll see how they're getting on across the way. His helper's actually done a pretty good job. He's not done too bad at all. So he's on the headland passes now, so that's good. So he'll only be a few more minutes. So we might as well go and fetch the quad bike. Still got a bit of lime left on that. Crumbs made a right mess down here. Be interesting to see whether this dries up in the summer, or whether it's just constantly wet because it's by the river. We shall see in time. That's good. So that's a pain job, that is, doing the liming. So that's good that we've just got that done and out of the way. And I think actually I'm going to be putting these bags of lime and the fertilizer and all that stuff. Do we put it in here or in here? We've got nothing to put in there at the moment yet, so I'm not going to do it by hand. I'm not going to cheat that much, so I think maybe we do put it in here. Get some use out of this shed. You wouldn't want seed and stuff outside in here, just in case it did get wet. So now, how much more has he got left to do? Tell you what we'll do is we'll drive onto this, and then we're going to put the GPS on this time. So, helper. Doesn't look like it was making quite such an indent this time. I don't know whether that's right. Look at that. It's not actually. I'll just do one headland pass. Cruise control. Manual. Okay. So we are going to start. We're going to start with these ones because I think he's still got to do one pass. And then how do you hold it? How do you do the GPS? I mean, technically I shouldn't really be using the GPS because this tractor definitely wouldn't have GPS on it. So you got all the follow me stuff on there still. H? Yeah, there. You just press H once. Or it could be as completed the task. Good lad. Flipping width is wrong. Oh my days. Right, what's the width of this blooming thing? And why can I not make it wider then? Doesn't look like it. So 14.1 is 13.9. That's still not right though, is it? It might be. We'll go from here. Try again. It's not going to be anywhere near. I swear to God, I don't know how I'm this unlucky in this game. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? I must have this thing set to the wrong width. But how do I increase it? Anyway, well, we'll just do it manually. That's all the fields now limed. So now, when we go back into soil composition, that one is fully fertilised. I need 2 applications of fertiliser. That's unusual. Just a bit down here and up here. I'm not sure what that means. But all these are also stones, which is not great. I think because we've ploughed, it's now brought stones up. Only in the patches where we actually ploughed. And see, nowhere else has actually got them. If for some reason we own like all this stuff as well, but we're not going to do anything with that. We're only going to do something with the fields that we bought originally. Bought that because it was free, and I thought that had something to do with the silage pit, but it didn't. In the end, and now because there are assets that I've got like this on it, I can't sell it. Maybe unless I sold the farmhouse as well, but we'll leave it for now. We work the fields that we've got. So that is all of those done. So now we will drop the fertilizer off. Maybe we leave the spreader in here as well, actually, and we'll bring the rest of these bags in. So I'll need to go and get the weight. Going to connect. We're not lined it up properly. There we go. Right, let's go back. These lime bags in. There's not many left now. 3. Flipping heck. So liming just seems to use way too many. I'm hoping that fertilizer's not the same, but I'm pretty sure it's much better. Is it going to go through? Can we pick up 2 at a time? No, we can't. Right, 1 at a time it is. There's only a little bit of a hash with that, but that's done. I'm going to put this away. Try and put this away without crashing. There we go. Like a glove. I might end up selling this quad bike and trailer because it really isn't that practical. Turn that off. Right. So now, shut this. So if we look on when we can actually plant stuff, I just want to check whether grass is still grass. Yeah, you still have to wait until December, Jan, and Feb. You can't plant. Can plant cotton. That's unusual. Okay. Let's have a look at our silage. See how we're getting on with that. 88%. We'll probably be alright to sell that pretty quick. I wonder what that was then. It's a deer. But anyway, I think now we want to look at something we can set up that's just going to make us a bit of money as we kind of go along. And I was thinking probably, if I can find it, where is it? I was thinking chickens. Where's chickens in this? Farmhouse, shed, silos, animals, of course. Chickens, and then if we go for like a little coop like this, could be quite a good idea for our farm. It's quite a nice size. Good fit about here. It won't seem to place it there, but that might be because there's some foliage. So let's go in here, choose some concrete. And then if we just need to make that a bit bigger, how do you... There we go. So then keep it square. And then we'll just have a little pad here. Bit janky. Oh, it was doing that before, wasn't it? I think we can fix that with the landscaping tool. So if we just paint all this, the area that we want, square that edge. And then if we go to the sculpting, and then this one should just go there. Oh, sugar, not. Use the wrong one. Is that one instead? That should. There we go. Lovely. That's a loud squirrel. Okay, so that should be decent base for the chicken shed now. This is a decent size one. Still quite small, really, in the scale of chicken farming, but it suits our farm really, I think. Doesn't mean bringing it all the way out to here. I don't want it projecting into the field that much really, so maybe keeping to this one would be better. It's decent. Do we want it in the field though? Would a greenhouse be better? I think might be a better option. That will go there. Maybe if we turn it around. It's not bad. But again, it's just it being in the field. Is it going to look a bit stupid and get in the way? I hadn't put that wall there now. I could have incorporated it into my main yard, but... don't know. I wonder where else... Maybe there's another option. So that one's way too big. Actually goes into the field there. This one looks pretty decent, and that one's mushrooms. Mushrooms would be quite a cool one to do. But the small one's probably around about the right kind of size. Fits pretty nicely there as well, actually. Again, you do have to come into this field every time you want to do anything with them though, so that's not really ideal. Maybe over here might work better. Bit of a scrappy area. You can get around the scrap. That could actually work out pretty well. So let's try and position this a bit better. Do we want it up against this wall? Squared off against that? Or do we want to square it off against the barns? That's the question. It's no, I think we're going to square it off against the barn. I don't think we're going to be able to get to it properly that way. It's going to be a bit better squared up to that one. Noisiest squirrel in the world. go. Let's go and check that out. It's a good job we did leave a little bit of space, because yeah, we do need to get in here. Oh, bloody cool that is. So we just need water now. So we need to go and buy a water bowser. Right, well, looking on the mod shop, I think that's the only one that we've got that we can actually afford at the moment. So we're going to buy that. Now, if I go to this and purchase, that automatically gets delivered, which I don't actually want. I'm sure there's something you can do where you get the option of whether you deliver it or not. Now we might as well, now we're here with this, we might as well use this to pick up the water butt and get that filled up. Get our mushrooms on the go. Be careful where we put that. We don't have it set to create fields. Okay, so this is 1,000 litres. I have no idea how much that greenhouse takes. We've got loads of water fill points around here. It's going to be interesting to see whether they're free. Is it going to charge us? Max? Why is it 39% full is the maximum? It's not like a limit with the amount of water we can get out that tap, is there? Surely not. Maybe... No, that is the max. I mean, what liquids would be lighter than water? I'm just thinking if there's a weight limit. Either way, let's bung this in here. I'm hoping that won't be an issue. And drop zone is right in the way there of those posts. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't end up getting snagged on it. Is it not the option to unload? Well, you're not a fussy water thing, are you? For goodness sake. I wonder if we have to start the production before. If I go in here, so what we're going to do, oyster mushrooms, I reckon. So enter, activate that. What's your missing materials is water. Oh, cost per month is £2. Ooh. We need to make sure that we get that water in there. Try getting at it from a different direction. Shouldn't make a difference, but you never know with this game. So that is right on it. Why can't I? Right, maybe it doesn't work with that. So let's lease a different one and see if that works. Can we lease it? Yes. Okay, so that's been delivered to our home address as well. This one could be useful for when we got chickens, if it works. Let's see if this next Bowser works. I can't understand why it wouldn't. It's a much better size, this one anyway. It's like 7,000 litres, so that other one was, I mean, we got a maximum of, what was it, 600 and something litres? It's even less than that. I mean, we definitely filled it with water, didn't we? We didn't accidentally stop at the fuel pump. I love these mods that give like these really crummy old little tatty bits of kit. And look at all the paint. Definitely seen stuff like this on farms around here. Right, so we've got 5,200 litres. Jeez, that's heavy. So I'm just wondering whether maybe the ground needed to be lifted up a little bit so that it could, maybe the trigger point is, there you go. It's strange that it did it back there. Let's try it again. So it was kind of when we were in it. There. So now should mean that these are now producing. They look different to when I literally just went in there before. Building production. Yeah, water is staying nice and high, that's good. Building output. We've got 2 mushrooms already. Still saying inactive. Oh, that one's inactive. That one is running. Okay. So can we do them both? Running. Oyster mushroom and these ones. See how much they're worth. Okay. If they're those little tiny mushrooms, you get in like bunches. I blooming love them. I can't remember. There they are. 400, and the other ones we had were oyster, which are 900. Okay, yeah, well. So we don't want those. We want to cancel that. Inactive for those and keep those running. Just oyster mushrooms. Close the door. Leave that there. We'll keep that little Bowser just in case. I mean, it was $1,000. It's hardly worth doing anything with. Okay. Mushrooms up and running. What else can we do? So, deadwood of cultivating. $9,000. And that should take 40 minutes. Going for it. We need the money. Cultivating in that one. That's another hour. I can't be doing that one. That's going to take too long. It's getting dark. Let's get our little cultivator. And I think with the money that we make from this one, we might upgrade our cultivator. Do some more contracts. I say that, I mean, there's so many other things that we need to buy.
Tribute 600. Mankind.
So here we are, field 9. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at how big this is. My days. I wonder if that meant that it was 40 odd minutes that it was going to take if I borrowed the kit. Just come on. 40 minutes. Flipping heck. But it's going to be $9,000 in our pocket. That's going to go a long way to... We'll probably buy that tanker, I reckon. Maybe get rid of that other one that we bought. Get a little bit of money back. The next thing we're going to need is a seeder. Urgently. But probably best just to rent that. Something that we're only going to use once a year. It's a bit of an option. But I think on that note, it's 4 o'clock. It's going dark. I'm going to crack on with this. I think we'll leave this episode here. And when you join me next time, we'll be $9,000 richer. Which will be nice. I look forward to that. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like and the channel a subscribe, that'd be really helpful. As I said before, I've also got a live stream that I do every Wednesday, which is a bit more action-packed. It's either going to be Daisy or Armour Forger. Yeah, that's on a Wednesday at about 6:45 in the afternoon. So if that's the kind of thing that you're into, then pop into that. But otherwise, I'll see you next Friday for another Farming Friday. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.